Okay, so we are going to be working on paraphrasing again today. First, we'll just review kind of what we talked about yesterday, or in the last lesson, I guess. It wasn't yesterday. You worked with some topics, main ideas, and details so that you were able to understand the content of a paragraph, and then you paraphrased the paragraph. What does it mean to paraphrase something?
To put it into your own words.
And like kind of make it smaller, right? What is a synonym? For example, we'd say like cold and chilly.
Like opposite.
Is cold and chilly opposite?
All the same.
The same, yep. And what are like the 3 characteristics of a good paraphrase? Do you remember those little checklists we did? So this is yours. So is it in your own words?
And does it make sense?
And is it the C, the
Correct.
correct capitalization too? Yeah, you're mixing up this in writing class. All right. And the topic is
What's the story about?
Yep, the main idea, kind of the same.
Same thing.
And what about detail?
Tells you more about the story.
Very good. So, these are all the materials you're going to need. You know that you're supposed to work hard, listen. It's just the 2 of us, so it's pretty easy to do those things. And then today, what we're going to be working on is we're going to learn how to find the details in a paragraph. And before we're able to paraphrase the paragraph, you have to know how to find the details so that you can make the paraphrase about them. Your job today is to listen carefully. We kind of already said this. Take notes, participate, and later you'll be completing these things that we do together. So, kind of know what we're doing? Understand?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just going through my little checklist here. I want to make sure I get everything. So we're going to do the first, like, learn by watching, which is this one. So, now you can learn by watching. I'm going to identify details from the first paragraph on the learning sheet. Pay close attention to what I do because I'm going to ask you to do the same thing in a couple of minutes. First, I read the paragraph. So it's John F. Kennedy, America's youngest president. John F. Kennedy, JFK, had a full life even before he became president. JFK was the second of 9 children. As a young man, he loved sports and reading. He went to Harvard for his college education. During World War II, he was a war hero. He saved the lives of his crew on a shipwrecked cruiser, even though he himself was injured. JFK was awarded the Navy Marine Corps Medal for his bravery during the war. After he returned to America, he became a popular politician. So, he went to Harvard, he was a war hero, and then why is this about him? Because he was
a president.
Yep. Okay, next I look at the topic and main idea that have been given to me in the diagram and read them to myself. So it says here, the topic, what's this about?
JFK.
It's about JFK. The main idea, JFK had a full life before he became president. So all of this was when?
Before
he became president. So it means that this paragraph is about things that happened in John F. Kennedy's life before he became president. Next, I ask myself, what information in this paragraph tells me more about this main idea? That he had a full life before he became president of the United States. What's one detail related to his early life?
He went to college at Harvard.
That is a detail. The one it gives here was, you're right, like, so, what'd you say? You went to Harvard?
Yeah.
We'll start with that one because that's what you said. So there's going to be 3 details. So one of them is he went to Harvard. So down here in this detail box, you can just put went to Harvard.
You know, your dad has them, right?
And if you need to spell, it's up here.
Doesn't your dad have? Was he like trained?
What's another one? We know that he was the second of 9 children.
So he had brothers and sisters.
He had a lot of brothers and sisters, but you can just literally write right from here. You don't have to make it in your own words, do anything. You can just say, was the second of 9 children. Very good. And what's our last one?
He saved people on the shipwreck. But
Good, yeah. So he was a war
hero.
good.
Go ahead. Read the mocking one.
So now I need to check whether all these details relate to the main idea in the same way. Do they all tell more about JFK's life before he became president?
Yep.
Yes, all these details relate to the main idea. Are there other details that we may have missed?
He got a medal.
He got a medal. So there's other details that are kind of related to these details, right? So
Yeah.
him being the second of 9 children, the war hero one, there's definitely more details, but
Yeah.
these are probably the 3 main details, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now that we've done the learn by watching, which means we do it kind of together, we're going to do the learn by sharing. So now that you've listened how to do this, I want you to work with me on the next paragraph, which, no, sorry. Learn by sharing. So I'd like you to read the paragraph. Excuse me.
Good?
Okay, so now let's read the topic. What was this about?
JFK.
What was the main idea of this?
JFK was accomplished a great deal as president.
Do you know what accomplished means? What's a synonym for accomplished?
Like
So if you finished your homework, you accomplished your homework.
you you finish it and you're done with it.
Yep. So he did a lot. So he did a lot of things when he was president. So now we need to find details that are kind of related to him accomplishing a lot of things. So what do you think each detail is probably going to be? Something that he
Accomplished.
Yep.
He accomplished.
So what do you think, even just starting in the beginning, what's an important thing he did? Good. He started the Peace Corps. Have you heard of that before? The Peace Corps, it's where people go and help people. I think there's an AmeriCorps where they only stay in America, and then the Peace Corps, they go all over the place. Good. He put a man on the moon because he started the Project Apollo. And what's kind of our last thing? The president's greatest crisis.
Served the Union Army.
So they put missiles on Cuba. So he ordered the U.S. Navy to surround Cuba. So probably this because he was avoiding something.
He served the Union.
Or you could even say this: a world crisis was avoided. Good. So do you think that all of these details relate to the main idea? Yes, I think they do too. So now you are going to do the learn by just kidding. There we go. The learn by practicing activity. So now you're ready to try identifying details in the paragraph on your own. As you work on the paragraph, remember to read it to yourself, then you read the topic and the main idea, and then you ask yourself the question, what information in this paragraph tells me more about the main idea? Find details related to the main idea, write the details in a box, and check whether the detail remains to the same or to the main idea. When you finish finding the details in the paragraph, I will collect your papers and give you a grade for the day. You can earn up to 3 points, 1 point for each detail. So I'm going to supervise your practice and do all that, but for the sake of making this video not super long, I'm just going to kind of say, we're going to like just pretend you already finished this because you know you will. And so today you learned how to identify details within a paragraph. What are some of the things you did to find the details? What did you do first?
I read the paragraph.
You read the paragraph, then what did you read?
The topic and the main idea.
Good. And how did you find out which details to pick?
Because they were trying to remember his death.
So you used the main idea, and those are the details you picked. And so the next lesson we're going to do, which is actually lesson 7, and then lesson 8 will be the last one. So during our next lesson, we will practice identifying details again, and once you learn how to do this, we will then learn how to paraphrase those details. So we put them into our own words, because right now you're just taking them right from the paragraph and copying them down. So you can go ahead and work on that, and I will grade it, and we'll go from there.